Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Military/Marketing Mondays. Today, I have the honor of actually interviewing a Navy spouse. She was a Navy spouse for 20 years. Her husband was in the Navy, and she now has a mobile notary service. So I met Tiffany out networking. There's kind of a common theme to those that I interview. So welcome to the show this morning, Tiffany. I'm glad to have you on.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about life in the Navy as a spouse. You and I were having a short conversation before we went live, but some of our viewers don't have a military background. And so let's educate them just a little bit what military life is like as a spouse.
Well, you move around every 2 to 3 years, sometimes less than that. And each time, if you look at it as an adventure to learn the area that you're in, it can be a positive experience for you. With that comes challenges, like each time you move, you make new friends, you need to find a new job. If you don't have a career profession, it can be a little bit difficult to start over every time that you move. And there's periods of time when your service member is deployed. And for us, a lot of the time I wouldn't know where he was going because we had no contact orders. So we would not be able to talk at all for the term of his deployment. So sometimes that's a little lonely. But if you take it as an adventure to redefine yourself every time you go, it can be such a great learning experience of who you are as an individual.
Yeah, I love that. And I don't know about your experience, but most spouses, they kind of band together, especially when the spouses are deployed. And we have an internal support system that I just think it's unique in that every time you move, even though you may not know anybody, you have an instant bond with those other moms. So you and I talked before going live about your degree, and you said you had a marketing degree. So let's talk about that and how your career path went with having to move all the time as a spouse.
Well, yeah, like you said, I did go to school. I do have a degree in marketing. It didn't really serve its correct purpose I needed when we moved around so many times. So I actually went back to school and got my EMT certification. So no matter where I moved, I could always find a job. I had to pivot with the lifestyle that we were taking. And so I did that. We moved around several times and I got to see a lot of different things and experience a lot of things. I primarily worked in the emergency room. And then once my husband retired, I decided we had our son. So we had him after service. And at that time we'd been living in Colorado Springs. I'd been working in the school systems. Because I wanted to beat all those other moms out there that had kids. So I'd always have a job because I was always looking for job security. And I became a notary voluntold within the school district. And so I always did that. And then after I had my son, I stopped working and I stayed home. It just didn't make sense. So a client of mine came to me and said, you should take your commission and be a mobile notary. And I didn't think it was the right time. I couldn't commit to it. And then about a year later, she came back and said, you should take your commission and become a mobile notary. And at that time, I felt this nudge from my higher power saying, you should do this. And I said, yes. I jumped all in, bought all my extra training I needed to do and licensing. And within 2 months, I had my business up and running. And it's been an upward climb and a positive upward climb. I've learned a lot and met a lot of people, just like when we traveled around so much. It's been challenging at times, especially even though he's retired, he's still a DoD contractor. So he's still TDYs. And so being a mom and a business owner at the same time, you do have those struggles, but it's been a great experience.
Awesome. And so just for our viewers, I'm going to say I know what TDY means, but it's temporary duty assignment somewhere. So they're separated for a period of time. So just in case you're watching and you don't know all the acronyms, my husband teases me all the time, you know, the ABC and FQY and all of that. We all have our acronyms in our different professions, and that's just one of ours. So let's talk a little bit. You launched your mobile notary service. It's here in Colorado Springs.
It is.
And I happen to know that you can do all different types of notary, including loan signing,
Correct.
and mobile loan signing, which I thought was very interesting. So let's talk a little bit about that so that people know what type of services you offer, and then we'll talk about how they can get a hold of you if they need those services.
Absolutely. So like you said, I do loan signing. So sometimes I'll go into title offices and I'll sign off on the loans when you purchase or sell your home. I come through, I walk you through all your documents, explain to them so you know exactly what you're signing the whole time. And I get those over to title. We are a wet funding state, so that helps the process of everyone getting paid a lot faster. I also will go to your home. Sometimes people can't make it to title offices, or they're selling a property out of state. I'll come to your home, or we've even met at coffee shops. We've met a bowling alley, and it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. And I do the same process. And I also do for like if you have kids going overseas or you're going to get married out of state, I do apostille services. So that's legalizing your documents that were created in the United States so that they can be used in another country. I also help individuals with adoption services. If you've gone through that process, you know there's tons of paperwork to be notarized. I also help people renew their CCWs, which is their concealed carry here in Colorado Springs. And then I also work with attorneys. So when you're working on your estate planning and you want all your wishes to be seen through, a notary comes through at the very end of that to legalize everything for you.
That's awesome. And we've talked a little bit, but now I better understand, like, there's a wide variety of things that you can do. And I would imagine, I don't know if you've done this yet and maybe even thought about it, but I would think that as many senior living facilities as we have here in Colorado Springs, that might be another great market for mobile notary, because they're kind of stuck. You know, some of them are able to get out on a bus or that, and or be chauffeured someplace, but a lot of them are kind of stuck to the facility where they are. So if you have elderly family and you need that type of service, make sure you reach out to Tiffany. So what other things should we know about Tiffany? What's one thing that maybe people don't know about Tiffany?
I actually bowl. I'm a competitive bowler here in the spring. I'll be going to the Women's Open National next year. So that's something not a lot of people know.
That's awesome. And do you have any words of wisdom? You kind of have dropped a few nuggets, but for that new military spouse, whether it be a female or a male, and moving around and what that life is like, do you have any words of wisdom for them to help them as they navigate that career?
So one thing you'll know is when your loved one is deployed, you will go through different seasons of your life. Just know that all those feelings are normal, but also reach out to other spouses that, or, you know, neighbors or whatever, and just say, hey, you know what, I need a hand. It really does take a village to walk this season of life. And without my village of people I can call on, hey, I need somebody to come help me hang something in my house, or I need some help with my son, I would not be able to do what I do. And when you reach out to other spouses or partners of service members, they understand where you're coming from. They understand what life is like. And not everybody gets it. So when you can reach out and just say, hey, I need help. And, they may not be that right person for you, but they're there to help for that season. And when you move on to the next one, just know that there's another tribe waiting for you that will accept you and bring you in.
Yeah, that's one thing I love about the military community. Like I said, I've met people out networking. I'm retired. But I meet people out networking, and there's something about a bond of the military, whether it be spouses or people who have served, that they instantly have a rapport and a bond with each other, which I didn't find in civilian life before going into the military. So, embrace those connections you have. And like Tiffany said, don't be afraid to ask. We in the military, whether we served or are the spouse that served, because I truly believe they serve too, we tend to be the tough guys and the tough women, we can do this, but it's okay to ask for help. So I love that you said that. It's something that we all have to remember in life, is that we're here as a community to help each other. So awesome. Anything we didn't talk about that you wanted to talk about today?
No, you hit a lot of the great points of everything. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, how can they reach you, Tiffany?
You can reach me by going to my website, NorthEndNotaryServices.com. I have a list of every way you can contact me through social media, phone, or email, whatever your preferred method of conversation is. Or you can call me at 719-440-4843. That takes you directly to my cell. You can text or call me.
Awesome. I so appreciate you coming on this morning so that we could get the word out about you and your business. And I look forward to getting to know you better at our networking. So have an awesome day. And I look forward to seeing everyone next Monday on Military Mondays. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you for having me.